Hey, this is WhyBeAre back with Scrap Mechanic, and today we're going to make something that's totally useless in this game, but I think it'll be cool to make anyways. We're going to make a car with a locking differential. The purpose of a locked differential is really quite simple. It's made so that the left and right tire will spin at the exact same speed no matter what. One of the main advantages of a locked differential is in serious off-roading. When you have a locked one, it makes it a lot easier to be doing things versus a non-locked differential. And for my vehicle, I'm going to have it where we have the ability to lock the differential at will on both the front and rear axles. Now, the front and rear will still spin independently of each other. It's just that the left and right will match their speeds. So we're starting off pretty much the same as any other vehicle. We make a straight line for kind of like the rear of the frame. And then we're going to go ahead and just kind of attach a suspension to there. Actually, you know what I should do? I should use the fancier parts because they look so much cooler. So we'll grab those things. We can use those. So instead of having a block, we get a tube. Like so. That looks a lot better, doesn't it? And we're going to need a suspension. So we'll grab this one. We'll just place it right there. We'll attach it like that. Attach it like that. And if you were to build a normal vehicle, you would just say something like this probably, and then you would put a bearing there, but we're not building a normal vehicle. We're going to be doing the exact opposite of that. Now, this design I'm working with is just kind of the first thing that came to my mind, and I drew it out. Like, I haven't actually tested this and made sure it works yet, but hypothetically, I see no reason why it won't work. But then I might actually get into doing this, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is an awful design. Why did I do this? This is never going to work. Hopefully, that's not what happens, though. So anyways, back to building. We're going to go like that. And actually, we're going to have to go back to a cube for here. First, I need to attach the bearings right there. And for the cube, maybe I'll use the metal one just so since it's so low, it gives it a nice low center of gravity versus like the wood. At least I would think. Like there's a lot of things I don't really know about this game and I have to learn. That's why I picked something that's kind of more design technical, but not really orientated around the game too much. Like there is one little key that I had to figure out to make this design work. And that is the fact that if you have a piece of suspension rotating through another piece of suspension, it shouldn't get caught on that. And it's actually, if you have anything rotating through a piece of suspension, it won't get caught. But I'm having it suspension through suspension just to be safe. So now I'm going to attach a wheel to this. And this is going to look kind of funny. And I'm going to have to change things a little bit. Actually, I can't use that block. I have this block. There we go. Also, I should mention, since the last video, I played this game a bit, just kind of messing around with the blocks, figuring out how things work in a little bit more detail. But I haven't really built anything of note. Like, I just have a pile of junk on some of the levels. It's like, yep, that's what I made, a pile of junk. I have like 3 levels where it's just like 10 FPS because there's so much junk all over the place, and that's all I've really accomplished. So now we're going to attach the wheel, and I want a big wheel probably because this thing is a big suspension. And for the wheel, you know, normally I'm going to put a bearing down in the wheel. We're just going to put the whole wheel right there on that, just like that. And the idea is from here to here, that is stationary. From this part to like around and the wheel, that whole section will rotate. I think. Like, I'm going to make sure this works because, like I said, on paper, it works. So, we should do some, like, testing every now and then to make sure everything's still working. So, we'll just start off by making something real quick like this. And I guess we can make the start of the suspension here because it'll be the same no matter what. But I'm not going to get super in detail yet because if this doesn't work, I don't want to have to have built the same bad design twice. I'd rather build the same good design twice and the bad design once if things don't go according to plan. So, for now, I'm just going to say something like this, and then throw some wheels on it, and that's good enough. I don't even think it's the same height, but I should be able to tell if it rolls or not, which is all I care about. Also, I gave it 4-wheel steering just because I thought it'd be useful for like super serious off-roading. Where are we going to do super serious off-roading, though? I still have yet to figure it out. Like, so pointless to make a super serious off-road in a game like this, but it's cool to me. It's cool to have a super serious off-roader that you can't even use. I think that's neat. Gotta find like a hill to put this on because it did not look like it was rolling, and if that's the case, we have to do a serious redesign. Come on, roll a bit. Okay, right there. That is rolling enough for me to think it's okay. because, yeah, I think it'll work. I think it's good. Maybe. Oh, I'm skeptical about this thing working now. That's not a good place to be. We're just gonna build it out and see what happens, I guess. So let's see. We actually don't need this piece or the pieces on the other side, at least with that style. That's gonna have to be where I have the locking mechanism. And this is honestly the part I'm the least sure about. Like, I have an idea of what I want it to look like, but I'm not exactly sure if it'll work on the first attempt or if I'm gonna change it up. I honestly don't know here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put a bearing there. I'm gonna put this like this. It looks, like I said, it looks pretty much the same, right? But this one has a bearing, so it could be rotated later on. And actually, maybe I'll put them both on the same wheel. I was gonna put them on opposite wheels, one on the front, one on the back. I'm gonna put them both on the same wheel because it might be a little bit easier to keep things like that, because you have wheels that are more balanced. Like if you have 3 on one wheel, that wheel is going to be really unbalanced, which might negatively affect the way the vehicle drives. Or it might not, but better safe than sorry, I figure. So now that those are set up, we need to be able to rotate them. And I think I have the right amount of gap here. Yeah, I think it's right. It looks close. If not, I could change the suspension piece out, I think. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the switch and the controller. I'm going to just set the controller like that. And we'll put the switch right next to it. Going to attach those pieces I just built up to the controller. Not that one. Those two. And we'll attach that to there. And for the controller, all this does is you put what rotation you want things to be. So if I want both of these things to rotate 180 degrees, I think they would be opposites since they're on opposite ends. We go like that. Hit the X. Bring it down. And then we hit the button. Oh, it's rolling. It's rolling. It's good. Okay, that... What I need to do is just temporarily lock the rear steering. If we go like that. Whoa! Go! No. Wait. That looks okay. Hold on. That rolls. Okay, that rolls. Then we lock it. And it doesn't. Oh, because they're not lined up. So the locking mechanism's less than ideal because we have to have it perfectly lined up at the moment. Like the design it has, like there. So now that should be like a locked differential, basically. I don't know how strong this will be. It might just fall apart the second we give it power, though. I guess I gotta check that, huh? So we'll just, electric or gas? I guess we'll go with electric, because we, like, a lot of torque for, like, off-roading might be useful, I would think. I don't know. It could go either way, truthfully. And then we'll grab a chair. I'll just, put this back on a stand and bring it down, hopefully, so we can get on it. I'm gonna put the engine... Oh, you can't really center it, can you? It's gonna be off-center no matter what I do. Wait. There we go. Perfect. Although it's hanging off a bit. There we go. And we'll put the chair also in that same style. Nice and centered. Good. And we'll attach all these up real quick. So we'll go like this. And then with a locked differential, we should only need to give it power to one side. If we have power to one side, it should spin both wheels equally. Maybe we should make that go the other way. It seems like it hits itself. So we'll go 180 that way, 180 the other way, and hopefully it doesn't like hit. Maybe it's hitting the ground. It's hitting the ground, I think. Oh, that looks way better. It still hits itself a bit, but it looked way better. All right, so let's see. Oops. Throttle. I think it's working. I just have it at really low power. Okay, I think it's working. I think this is actually working. Let's raise the power up a bunch. And I gotta switch this so it's inverted, and then... There you go. That is basically a locking differential. Right now it's locked. And then if we were to actually put it to be both sides, like so... Did that detach it anyways? Yeah. And then close it. Then we have, well, it's not really a differential at all because it's like two separate axles basically. But the tires are independent of each other right now. Like they could spin at different rates of speed. When I hit that button, they spin at the exact same speed. That's what's cool about it. So now what I need to do is I need to finish up the front of this as well. And since you just saw the build process for the rear, I see no reason to show it to you twice. So I'll just be right back once it's duplicated. That went absolutely awfully. I am glad you didn't have to watch that. And I'm glad the first half didn't go that bad. So I built this whole first section, right? And I forgot that bearing right there. So I had to redo all of that. And then I forgot this piece there. So I had to redo it again. And then I had to redo this piece because I forgot that bearing, which didn't take nearly as long as the other stuff. But I had to redo things multiple times. And then the game crashed once and it was just terrible. But now we're done. And, well, almost done. We have a couple of more things we gotta work out, like the steering. You need to be able to steer. So we'll start it off basic. We're gonna do it like it's a normal vehicle. So I won't have either the front or the rear differentials locked. So I'll have them both open. Whoops, this isn't connected. We'll connect it. Huh? There we go. And oh, we gotta get all-wheel drive on this thing. It's not all-wheel drive at the moment. It's just rear-wheel drive. And then one of these wheels is gonna be pointed the wrong way. I think it's that one. And should be good to go. Steering is inverted. Not yet good to go. Fix the steering wheel quick. All right. Left is left. Right is right. Kind of slow. Let's speed up the engine. Get up all the way to there. Whoa, that's a little fast. All right, no problems there. That might be a little too fast if I was trying to do like off-roading-ish stuff, but it seems to work okay right here. Just driving along. Real good at just holding the wheelie, that's for sure. I mean, a lot of the weight is at the back. That's one thing. Like, I didn't think about where I put the chair and the engine. I just plopped them wherever. And it makes it where there's a lot of weight in the back. Well, now that you know it works like that, let's do this. We'll lock a differential. See, it didn't quite lock there, but I think we could wiggle it in. Like, let's see. There we go. Is that in? Yep, that's in. All right, that worked. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Man, this thing is way too heavy in the back. Maybe what I'll just do is drop the engine down a little bit. So that way I'm not popping a wheelie every time I try to accelerate, because that is nonsense. All right, that's better. Now I can actually accelerate without popping a wheelie, because I don't have like the ability to do half throttle or anything because I'm using the keyboard. It's all or none. And, well, that's way too much. All right, I guess that works. How about this? Can it climb the rocks? Like, that's actual serious off-roading stuff. Yes, it can. Although, I don't know if it's doing that in spite of the crazy differential I made or if it's actually any help at all. Because to be honest with you, since the tires already have their own, like each tire actually has its own engine basically, if you think about it. So really, there's absolutely nothing to gain from having the lock differential aside from it looking pretty cool as you drive. Like, it does look pretty cool. But it doesn't really probably do anything. Like, let's see if I can climb that same rock again with it like that. Yeah, pretty much the same. Like, I climbed it about the same speed the other way, so probably doesn't do anything, but I don't think it hinders us, at least. I think it's just as good as it ever was. Now we could do both front and rear for double the locking. Whoa! We gotta get those fronts in sync. There we go. Oh, what the? Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, I thought I had a decent design. Turns out there's a fatal flaw. When I'm steering to the sides, the differential unlocks like that. I was not supposed to do that, and I'm trying to think, how could I fix that? And it's not really a fix so much more as a total redesign from the ground up. Because what I would need to do is have it where there's a pivot in the middle, and it pivots the whole axle instead of having it where I have two separate points that pivot for like the left and right suspension piece. So that is kind of sucky. Like, that is a huge mistake. I didn't think of that. I I should have paid more attention when I was doing that one. Ooh, nice save right there. I'm actually kind of impressed about that. I mean, overall, it's still driving okay. And in a way, it actually might be beneficial that it disengages when I'm steering because, you know, one of the disadvantages of a lock differential is the outer wheel will not be able to go at a different speed than the inner wheel when you're doing cornering like this. But now it can. So maybe it's like a lock differential with some bonuses. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I mean, it's not really a lock differential then, is it? I mean, it's not really any kind of differential at all. Like, there's nothing that really does that. Yeah, it'd be hard to actually make like a limited slip differential or something. I wouldn't even know where to begin with something like that. This one's a lot easier. All right, so we'll lock them both. And then let's give this thing the all-wheel steering. I don't know if it'll negatively affect it if I have them both steering, but we'll find out. I don't think I'll have to change anything else. I think that's it. Oh, wait. Is that tire... That's good. All right, we're good. I mean, it looks like we can kind of steer a little bit. Like right here, you kind of... Like, it steers a little bit, but then when it actually starts to really steer, then it detaches it. All right, so let's try to climb that. I got a really bad angle. No problem! You know, I actually think maybe it is helping. Maybe just a bit. I don't know. It is so hard to know. One thing I am noticing, though, it is a little easy to flip. And I don't think there's much I can do to change that aside from, like, adding weight to it. Whoa, maybe it's even worse to flip. Okay, hold on. I think it's worse to flip like that. Like, because those things are so independent of each other or something, maybe it flips easier? I don't know, but I flipped that thing right over. Engage! It might be a little bit more stable. I mean, every difference I'm talking about is so marginal, it's not worth the effort. It's only worth it if you think it looks cool. And if you don't think it looks cool, then it's really not worth it to you. I at least think it looks cool. See, it was so light right there, I just started to tip upwards. Trying to like kind of go down this rock. That, yeah. Can I zoom this camera out? There we go. Oh goodness, what do I do? Floor it! Floor it! Oh, smash my face up. You know what I should do, even though I'm really, really bad at this? I should try to design like a something on it. Just, I don't know, something. It looks so bland and ugly. We'll make something real quick. I'm not going to put much effort at all into this, to be honest. I just want to get something quick and decent-ish. That's all I care about. Decent-ish. Maybe it'll also make it a little bit more stable. Maybe we'll go one more up. One higher, like... I'm trying to think kind of like how I want it to look, but it is not easy for me. I think that might be okay. How tall is that? Okay, it's going to be like a chopped monster truck. That's the look I'm going for. Monster SUV truck. That is the official look that I'm going for now. My head's going to probably stick to the roof and it's going to look terrible. Yeah, well. Oh, that front looks so stubby and the back looks so long. You gotta do something about that. Gotta clean that up somehow. That is ugly. Please be a little bit better. Alright, we need to pull it back one more and it might look okay. Please look okay. That looks alright. Like, it's not pretty, but it's not hideous like it was. Oh, it's a convertible now because we don't have a spot to... I chopped the roof too much. See, what if we did... Oh! No. Right. Let me, just, let me just do... I'm speechless now. I've ruined everything. I guess I'll just rebuild that piece of suspension and I'll be right back. I also decided to do a complete redesign basically just because I was not happy with that first design. This one looks a lot better. I mean, it's still not amazing or anything, but at least I can look at it and my eyes aren't crying at me saying, stop it. Please don't make me look at that. And, well, let's keep driving it, although I want my locks on. Enable those. I'll try upping the power by 1, although I don't know if it'll work out. Like, we got more weight, so I might not pop wheelies so hard. No, we still popping wheelies. We still pop them wheelies so good. Except I don't want to pop wheelies. Needs to be a way to limit torque to one wheel while not limiting it to the other. I guess the easiest solution to that is just to have 2 engines, one for the front, one for the rear. Okay, this is undrivable. Let's not do that. And I don't feel like having to add another engine, so we'll just bring it back where it was before, which is a little slow, but at least I can control it. I mean, that's an underestimated thing, being able to control it. I thought I could control it. Come on. I think I've made the weight distribution even more to the back. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just, whatever's heavy. Like metal support, that's got to be heavy. Let's just, wait. Yeah, let's just dump this on the front, so I got some weight in the front, man. This thing is just... Yeah. It's like it got teeth or something. That looks terrible. Can I make it a little bit like less ugly? That looks a lot less ugly, doesn't it? There, okay. Oh, now I hit the throttle and it don't tip backwards. I'm making this thing better and better. Like it's actually become a decent to drive vehicle. And I don't know what else I could possibly improve, though. This thing's actually at a point where I'm really, really happy with it. I mean, yeah, the differentials are less than ideal because whenever you churn, but hey, it makes it easier to churn, like I said. See, does that extra stuff in the front affect my ability to climb up these rocks? Doesn't look like it. In fact, it might make it a little bit better because I'm not tipping backwards so hard, so that's a huge gain in terms of drivability. Yeah, like I would have tipped backwards there for sure, but I didn't. Whoops, I can still tip sideways though. Oh, that's not what I meant to hit. I think I can pull this thing off. Yeah, there you go. Save it. Unsave it. Undo. All right. I leveled myself out. It might actually be a little bit worse because of like ground clearance, but it's a lot harder to tip backwards. That is for certain. Yeah, the ground clearance is killing me now. Well, it's like I get one step forward, one step back, you know? We'll give it one more attempt at this, and then we're probably going to end the video after that. Okay, a little bit of driving because it's pointing me in the wrong direction. Oh! Lockers on Arn! I swear it does tip easier when it's not locked. I don't know if I'm imagining it or not, but it just feels like it wants to tip. Oh, goodness. I did not see that possibility. What happened was this tried to open up and they smashed into the thing above it. Somehow I found a way to work, but that was not something I foresaw. I don't know, it might be a little bit more stable. Oh my goodness gracious. I have truly ruined it. Oh goodness. Alright, let's no lockers in the front. I can't even click the button, it's bouncing so violently. I can't even get to the front. Is it good? No, it's not. Does that undo? That's undoing it. It's still bouncing like that. Okay, that's not working out. Let's just... I said, oh, we're going to be done real soon. And then that happens. Never mind. We'll just lock the rear. Try it again. Please get this. If not, I'm going to cry a little. Not on camera, though, because that'd be embarrassing. Come on. No, wait. Just floor it. Floor it. The extra weight right there. That's it. That's a success to me. That is a success to me. So, till next time. This has been WhyBeAre. I'll see ya.